Welcome to Warrior Wednesday. And as I was just telling these beautiful people on Zoom, we are going to have a little extra time at the end of practice today in Shavasana. And for me, I always need a little more active practice if I know I'm going to have a longer relaxation. If we just did a super slow, relaxing class, it would be harder to rest for a longer period of time. So I am going to get us up and moving a little more today, so you'll get that. And hopefully that will help you feel like you've earned this Yoga Nidra, which is an extended Shavasana guided meditation that's designed to restore your body. In fact, they say that a Yoga Nidra is equal to a 2-hour nap in the way it resets our brain and our nervous system. So we got that going for us. I'm going to ask you to start in child's pose. So take a moment to do whatever you need to do so that that can happen. Roll something up under your knees. Bring something under your forehead, your hands, or a block. See if you can find a comfortable place to be here for a few beginning breaths. And as we take these first few breaths, allow yourself to arrive here on your mat. Let the busyness of this morning, whatever your to-do list held, just set that aside for a few moments here. And it will probably come back. But just see about setting it aside in exchange for breath. And then let's explore movement in this position. So just start to rock your hips to the left and the right. Like your hips are in a little swing or hammock and they're just shifting over one heel and then over the other. Just being careful with your knees. It might feel good to stretch your arms out longer so that you start to feel this through your shoulders and your armpits. Draw yourself up to a tabletop position into cow, arch your back, lift your chin. And then as you round your back, exhale back to child's pose. So let's start to move between these two postures. Inhale, cow, with your belly dropped and your chest lifted. So opposite of that, Karen. Good. And then exhale, the round back draws you into child's. Nice. Movement with breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower and drop back. And your knees are still wide. So as you come forward, allow your hips to drop a little bit more. So come into this kind of a cross between child's pose and up dog. There's a little stretch in your inner thighs. And then back to child's pose. Moving with breath at whatever pace feels good to you. You can go a little faster or a little slower. We've arrived on our mats today really for one reason, and that reason is to be present, to be mindful, to be connected with ourselves. Come back to child's pose, draw your knees closer together, and then just tuck your toes. Pause here to stretch underneath your toes. And again, you might shift your hips from side to side while you're stretching the bottom of your feet. So bring your attention down here to what you're feeling underneath your skin. this movement, this sensation. Let your attention stay here. And press your hands a little more firmly into the mat. Maybe they come back a little closer. We're just going to lift our knees off the floor 1 inch. So not quite coming up into down dog, even though you know that's where we're headed. Pause here to hover. Gauge your abdominals. Lift up 2 more inches. Now we've got the muscles of the legs starting to turn on. Lift up 2 more inches, so about halfway between child's pose and down dog. And then take the rest of this breath to slowly unfold into downward facing dog. Heels begin to pedal. Movement in the body capturing your attention. Take one of your feet and just place the top of the foot down on the ground so you're stretching the front of your ankle now. You're pressing one heel down on the top of the other foot. Still breathing deeply, switch feet. One heel presses down on the top of the other foot. And planting both feet in downward facing dog. Shift your eyes forward and begin to walk to the top of your mat, coming into a forward fold. And let's heel toe our feet wider so the pinky toes are touching the outer edges of the mat. Knees are bent quite a bit. And then touch your fingers to your elbows, come into ragdoll. And just let your arms frame your head. So maybe your arms are swinging from your shoulders. Begin to sway to the right and to the left. And if this is hard for your low back, just bend your knees more and stay more where you're laying on your legs. You're not hanging in your back, but you're supported more. Releasing fingers to the floor. Let's heel toe the feet closer together, hips distance. Pressing hands to shins, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Grab the back of your heels and pull. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, grab your heels and pull. Once more, press to lift. Exhale to pull. With another bend in the knees, let's sweep the arms high, extended mountain, come all the way up straight toward the ceiling or sky, and then go back a little farther. Let's find a back bend. Find a place that's maybe a little bit edgy, but not painful. Just interesting enough that you can stay here, back bending for a few breaths. Weight is in the heels. And then bring your arms down, cactus arms. Almost like you could touch your elbows behind your back. Chest is lifted, chin is lifted. And then bring your hands to your heart. Pause here in mountain pose. If you were to set an intention for this time, what would that be? What does it mean to you to come home, to come back to yourself? Why are you here? Stepping the feet just a little bit wider. We're going to reach the arms up overhead. And we're going to start to do some vigorous movement with breath to build some heat. So on the exhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms all the way down behind you, drop your head to the earth. And then come back the way you came. Bend your knees, sweep up and back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. So the knees bend deeply on both ways as the fingers scoop across the floor. Inhale to a back bend, exhale to airplane. And then start to make some noise with your breath. It could just be an H sound, an audible exhale, but you might even be carrying some extra weight around, and the exhale could sound like this. Ha, ha, ha. Pick up the pace, move a little faster. We're trying to get blood flow to the extremities. Speed up the heart a little bit. 3 more times. Inhale to lift tall, hold your breath. Slowly exhale, bend your knees, and let's come again into that forward fold. Pause here. Notice here. Heart rate, breathing, blood flow to the brain. Press hands to shins, lift halfway. And exhale, downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank pose. You could be on your knees or your toes. Lower halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Pull through to cobra or on the feet to upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Heels reaching to the earth. Loosen up your neck. And looking forward, let's step or hop to the top of our mat. Press to shins, lift halfway, and fold. Arms sweep high, find that back bend that's familiar now. And exhale, hands to heart. Good, building heat. Let's do that sun A again, arms reach high. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Roll through cobra or up dog. And settle back into downward facing dog. Breath. Awareness. Space here. Shifting our gaze forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Half lift. Fold forward. Sweep high, extend backwards. And gather your hands to your heart. Just one more time through sun A, and then we'll begin to slow down and hold postures longer. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down dog. Take a vinyasa, knees or toes. And as we settle back into downward facing dog, this is always a place where you could choose child's pose or even a tabletop. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. And let's meet again at the top of our mat. Press to half lift. Grab your ankles, pull yourself down into a forward fold, and pause here. Bend your knees as much as you need to support your low back. Let's start to look for an edge here. So in exploring for an edge, you could bend and straighten your knees and find a place that seems really interesting, captivating, a place where you might want to stay. You could pull with your arms and then relax and see if that helps you find some kind of an edge here. When you find your edge, just move into it. Be at this edge for a few more breaths. Be here. Just stand right at this edge. Not too much, not too little. A place to stay. A place to be. Put a nice bend in the knees. Press to a half lift, neutralizing the spine. And then sweep the arms slowly up. Take your time. We were upside down for a while, so lift high. And then lower your arms to your sides. Good. Be here for a breath. Just be here in this transition between poses. And just notice, are things slowing down for you at all, or is it still kind of noisy, busy? Just notice that. Reach your arms high. And with the arms overhead, you can keep the fingers separated or interlaced, your choice. We're going to take the feet just slightly wider than hips distance and lean toward the left side. If this creates any stress in your low back, place the other hand on the hip for support. But find length here. Lift up and out. The shoulder pulls up. The foot presses down. Spine longer. Breath deeper. Awareness within. Be in here now. I'm always reminded of the poet Rumi, who says, the real adventure is here. Don't run off sightseeing. The adventure is right here. The mystery is right here. As we come back to center, lower your arms again and just notice what got created there. Right side, left side. What's here? In stillness, what is here to notice? The arms reach. You can choose your hand clasp or position and start to move toward the right. Thinking of length more than bend. So distance is not as far as length. Pull your left shoulder up, press your left heel down. Move breath into that beautiful space in your left side, your feminine side, the side of you that knows how to nurture and take care of other people, the side of you that wants reconciliation and peace. Breathe into your softer side. And as we come back to center again, let's just lower the arms down. With the hands at the crease of the hips, sink your hips into chair. Come down into a nice little chair, and you can choose if it's a bar stool or a preschool chair. How low do you want to sit your hips? Bring your arms out in front of you. Let's just test the waters here. You can touch your thumbs together as something to kind of lean into, and then see how low your hips are willing to sit. We'll be here for a few breaths, so choose what's best for you. Close your eyes and breathe. Feel your way into a new kind of edge. And an edge can be anywhere in the body. It can be a thought or an emotion like frustration or anger at your yoga teacher, or any kind of edge that captures your attention. Be with that. Notice that. Breathe. There's no chance of injury here. This is just a hard place to be. So breathe. You might notice a mind wondering how much longer. Breathe. Be with that wondering mind. See if you can find 1 or 2 more inches of depth. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, straightening the legs. Let the fingertips fall to the floor. Shake things out a bit. Exhale long, maybe even loud. Press hands to shins, lift halfway. Feel your strong back. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Your choice if you want to stay here or flow through vinyasa. Building or maintaining heat, strength. And when you're ready, raise your right leg as high as you can. Just feel your glutes working. Circle your ankle, bend your knee, straighten. Just find some movement in that top leg. And on the exhale, step through, dropping the foot toward your right hand. We'll turn the back heel to the ground and press up into Warrior One. And take a moment to root down through the outside edge of that back foot. You want, in fact, just for fun, everybody take your left hand and like pat the left leg and see if that left leg just feels like solid and strong back there. That's what we want, stability. On the inhale, lean back a little. Feel your psoas lengthening. And on the exhale, fly your arms forward and behind you, straightening that front leg the way we did earlier on in mountain pose. So bend the knees, scoop up, reach back. Exhale forward, straighten that leg and sweep the arms back. As you move with your breath, choose your pace. A little more vigorous, a little slower. What are you finding here? Let's reach back one more time, feeling that long hamstring, fingers to sky, forehead to shin. Allow your fingertips to come to the earth and roll onto your back toes. Let's widen out this stance a little bit, coming into low lunge. Ooh la la lunge. And just tap your back knee down and lift your back knee up a few times and see if there's a preference for one of those two places, up or down. And then choosing either knee down or knee up, reach the arms high, high lunge. I'm going to find a little twist here. So the left arm reaches forward. The right arm reaches right out to the side. So your arms are going to make this 90-degree shape. And then just start to rotate your torso to the right. And then that back arm can find its place. Maybe it's straight behind you, maybe it's splitting the difference, but deepen your lunge and twist. Breathe. Feel the strength of your legs, the rotation in your torso. Maybe there's a little wobbling. You just notice that. Come back to center. Drop your back heel again. Interlace your fingers and just pull your hands to the front of your heart. So they're just covering your heart like this. Good. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath, warriors. Center yourself here. Good. And release the hands down. Let's sweep them up high. On an exhale, plant your hands to the earth. Sweep that right leg high again in downward facing dog, and now give it a bigger shake. Lots of movement. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Your choice to stay here or flow through vinyasa. I'll always give you plenty of time for those of you that like that little extra heat and strength. Let's raise the left leg up and begin to move through the ankle, the knee, maybe the hip. As you exhale, slide that left foot forward. You can help it with the hand if you need to. The back heel drops. Find your stability and then press into the earth as you rise up high. Warrior one. Feel your feet pressing into the earth. Reach that hand back and just tap your back leg. See if that outer leg is really strong and stable. And we'll move with breath. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Fly the arms. The head drops low. Moving with breath. Ujjayi breath is helpful here, that whisper sound in your throat. One more time, slowly moving with breath. And we'll pause. The front leg straight, arms reaching high, head dropping down. And allow your fingertips to come to the earth. Curl your back toes under. Widen your stance. Low lunge, left leg forward. And then again, exploring knee down, knee up. Finding the place that feels best for you. There's no judgment there. There's just a better place for your body today. Choose that. And when you have found that, reach your arms high. Now the right arm reaches forward. Left arm reaches out to the side in a right angle. And start your twist to the left. Your back hand leads the way. You might notice a little wobbly or shaky legs. Just breathe. Feel shaky legs. Feel wobbly foot. Just letting it all be here. It all gets to be here just like this. And as you reach your arm back up high and drop your back heel, warrior one. Arms come out in front, interlace your hands and just gather your hands right over your heart. Close your eyes and breathe. What do you feel happening right now in your body? Do you notice breath? longer or shorter, without judging. Just notice, shorter breath, interesting. I'm noticing, aware, awake, and alive right here. Release your hands, sweep them overhead. Deep breath in, sweet breath in. Exhale, hands to mat. Down dog, give that left leg a great big shake. Move toes, ankle, knee, hip. Let out a sigh. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Your choice to stay here or flow through vinyasa one more time. Let's take our feet wide once again, the width of our mat, turning the toes out, heels in. And we're going to walk our hands all the way back to our feet, scooping our hips down into Malasana. So Malasana is down here, this deep prayer squat. And if your hips don't really love that, stay up a little higher. You can put some weight on your elbows and just kind of be here. Can put a block under your hips. So take a moment to explore Malasana, prayer squat. And we're going to find an edge here. So when you're ready to look for that edge, close your eyes. Deepen your breath and find somewhere in your body, in this experience, to give all of your attention. Find a place where you can stay and just be here with whatever is here. Start to entertain and engage with what is here, like you're having a dialogue of whatever it is that you're noticing, with no need to push it away, to change it, to fix it. Just being here with whatever it is. With each breath, your spine lengthens and you find more space here. And a final invitation for those of you who feel playful today and want to fly, you can come onto your hands and balance your knees on the back of your arms in crow pose, Bakasana. If you're trying that for the first time, it's really helpful to look forward, to shift your chin up and look forward to counter the weight of your hips. Good, and when you have finished this, return yourself to a tabletop position. Let's do a very slow cat-cow. Just a reset for the spine, so the tailbone leading the way in both directions. And cat is like just a big round-backed angry cat. Movement with breath. And coming back to a neutral position, reach your right arm forward, way out in front of you. Abs stay engaged, and then your left leg reaches back. Find this balancing posture, lengthening, reaching forward and back. Maybe there's a little edge here to capture your attention, to bring you back here, something to notice. And slowly switch opposite hand and leg. Reach forward, reach back. Low belly draws in and up. Just make your body longer, front to back, top to bottom. As we release both knees, both hands, kick the feet off to one side and sweep around into a seated position. We'll take the legs out in front. And we'll do just a flowy movement before we dive into a deep forward bend. If your hamstrings are extra tight, have a block or a bolster handy. You're gonna reach the arms high and exhale over the legs just until the breath is gone. And then sweep high again. Fold over the legs. We'll do 2 more times and then hold. Deep breath in. Exhale over. Deep breath in, and this time we'll stay. So this is where you could grab a strap to go around the bottom of your feet or a block under your knees. Walk your sitting bones back and then pull your spine forward. Pull the crown of your head toward the top of your feet. With each breath, begin to surrender here into this forward bend. Just being present here and now. Aware of this moment, this breath, this experience of being embodied. Be here. Here with whatever arises. Our yoga mat is a laboratory. We are just a scientist. Just watching, observing. If you're pulling on your feet or your strap, relax your hands down to the ground. Let yourself be heavy here for just a moment. No effort, no pulling, no pushing. And on your next inhale, begin to lengthen your spine. Hands press flat to the mat. And with a tall spine, use your hands to help you return to an upright position. Our next stop is going to be down on our backs. And so this is where you're going to want to grab all of your props, anything you need to help you relax in Shavasana. So I'm going to give you a moment to gather what you need to come down onto your back. And if there is another movement or stretch that your body needs before we begin this long Shavasana, go ahead and take that now. It might be legs up or a quick twist. But we're going to meet in Shavasana, lying on our backs. And for these next 10 minutes, there is nothing to see up here. There's nothing to watch or observe. So I invite you to close your eyes, to support yourself. If there's any way you can block out any more noise or light or disturbances, it's worth the effort to at least try to establish some quiet space for yourself. As you settle in here, once again, I'll just ask you to observe your breath. To notice breath coming in and breath going out. See if you can notice the exact point breath enters and exits. As we come into this relaxation, know that if you fall asleep, it's okay. Ideally, what we're trying to do is fall awake. And to be awake with a subtle awareness of this yoga nidra. So begin to observe the natural flow of your breath. Without changing it, just notice how your breath enters your nostrils and exits. Are you aware of any temperature of the breath coming in or going out? Notice breath in your nose, your sinuses. Notice breath along the back of your throat as it spills down into your lungs. Breath in, breath out. As the breath leaves your body, notice warm air on your upper lip. Allow your breath to be just a bit slower now. A slower inhale, a slower exhale. Start to notice the space between inhale and exhale. The pause. Pause at the top and the pause at the bottom. And now we'll explore some opposite sensations. Imagine your whole body becoming light, as though your body could float away from the floor and toward the ceiling. The head is light and weightless. The limbs are light and weightless. The torso is light and weightless. Whole body light and weightless, rising higher and away from the floor. Now imagine your body becoming heavy. Feel the heaviness in all parts of your body. Arms, legs, heavy. The head is heavy. The torso is heavy. Whole body sinking down now into the floor. Awaken now the experience of cold in your body. Imagine being chilly outside in the winter without enough clothing. And just feel this chill permeating your body, the sense of cool or cold. And now allow the sensation of warmth to spread throughout the entire body. The feeling of heat in the summer, you're outside with no shade. Feel heat radiating onto your skin and around your body. Now recall the experience of anxiety, intense worry. Allow this stress to be present in your mind and body, not concentrating on its source, just the experience of what anxious feels like in your body. Now allow the feeling of complete calm to envelop you. The experience of calm in your body, calm in your mind, calm in your emotions. You are relaxed and aware and completely calm. Now begin to concentrate on the space in front of your closed eyelids. Imagine before you a transparent screen as though you were at a movie theater. The screen is as high and wide as the eyes can see. Concentrate on this mind screen and become aware of anything that manifests on it. Colors, patterns, light. What you see is the manifesting state of your mind. Continue with awareness of this big space without becoming attached or involved, just aware. If subtle images arise, just notice. If thoughts occur, let them come and let them go. And continue watching this dark space, detached awareness. Come back to breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. Let this awareness of your breath bring your awareness back to your physical body, the body that is relaxed and lying here on the floor. Feel the container of your skin and your clothes and any props that are touching you. Without opening your eyes, imagine the room that you're in. Bring that image to your mind. And just begin to slowly move your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet. There's no rush. When you're ready, roll to your right side. And take a breath or two here before returning to a comfortable seat. And then just let your hands come together in front of your heart. A gesture of gratitude. One more moment of awareness of whatever is present here, even if it's impatience or frustration. That's okay too. We have plenty of that going on in life, and it's nice to just observe when frustration shows up, or impatience, or whatever. It's a practice of being with the moments of our lives. Thank you all for showing up for yourselves and each other this morning. I hope you have a really beautiful Wednesday. Namaste.